全身ね。全身。ごめんね。ちょっとこれかな。手がちっちゃい。はい。はい。どうかね。これエルビスが書いたの？撮ってない。いいよ、やろうよ。来て、母さん。
I was a newsman and news director of a local radio station. And the man directly in front of you in the control room is Bill Glore, who now owns American Sound Studios. Bill was a disc jockey also during the Elvis era. Naturally, he played many an Elvis record. If you have any questions, Bill will be glad to answer them following the tour.
Does any of that need to be explained to anyone? Okay, well, get on with the narrative.
Elvis's record sales were slipping, so he decided to go into the studio to cut new material. In January and February 1969, Elvis came home to record. He chose this very studio that you are standing in to cut his first session in Memphis since the 50s when he was with Sun Records. The session started at 8 at night, and they continued into the early morning hours. According to the people involved in the sessions, there were 36 tunes recorded in 12 days. In fact, there may be some of these songs, as we in the business call it, still in the can. 6 singles were released from that session. In the Ghetto, Mama Like the Roses, Don't Cry Daddy, The Fair's Moving On, Kentucky Rain, My Little Friend, Any Day Now, Rubbernecking, Suspicious Minds, and You'll Think of Me. There were 2 albums, From Elvis in Memphis and Elvis Back in Memphis. The records that you are looking at achieved the highest mark of excellence during that time. To become gold records, an album must sell $1 million in sales, a single must sell 1 million copies. All the releases from this studio sold gold. Probably the best known song recorded in this room was written by Scott Davis, better known to all of you as Mac Davis. It was called In the Ghetto. If you would look now to your left, where Elvis is standing, it is the very spot Elvis stood when he recorded here. Bobby Wood was at the piano, Gene Chrisman at the drums, Mike Leach and Tommy Cogbill would alternate in the back booth playing bass. Bobby Emmons was at the organ. And on the left of Elvis, Reggie Young on guitar. Chips Moman was the producer and engineer behind the board where Bill is sitting. The atmosphere was very relaxed and informal. Not since the 1950s had Elvis sung anyone else's contemporary material. He chose a song written by John Hartford for Glen Campbell, Gentle on My Mind. It was ironic that Elvis should pick a Glen Campbell hit, since many of the demo tapes that Elvis had received in the past were recorded with Glen doing an impersonation of Elvis's voice. In 1972, Chips Moman moved out of American, and the building was empty for over 5 years. Vandals almost completely demolished it to the point that there was so much trash that you couldn't see the floor. Bill Glore moved into the building to use as a recording studio August 14th, 1977. And after Elvis's death on August 16th of that year, Bill decided to try to preserve this part of Elvis's life. It now has essentially the same arrangement as it did when Elvis recorded here. To your right is a drawing of Elvis on the door. Behind this, Bill has set aside the room to house articles that hold memories of Elvis. Included is a pink and black vest worn by Elvis in the 50s and a tie that was around his neck during the signing of the RCA contract. The picture of Elvis directly over the window of the control room was autographed by Elvis to Bill. It has a light shining on it 24 hours a day. It is never turned on. It is an expression of Bill's feelings for Elvis, a reminder of the admiration and respect that Bill held for a great entertainer, but more important, a great man.